Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Carth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
I had a strange dream, like a vision or something.
I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably having all kinds of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Taris. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
The Sith?
Taris is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit. But it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Why is it so important to find Bastila?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Taris. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
How can one person, even a Jedi, be so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
So what do you suggest we do next?
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's gonna escape Taris, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
Any ideas on where we can start looking for Bastila?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
I'd like to ask you just a few questions.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
What do you know about Malak and the Sith?
Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malak and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster.
A Jedi? What do you mean?
Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. Something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They formed an army of ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Bastila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds.
Don't worry. we'll find a way to stop the Sith.
Well, I hope you're right. But the Republic hasn't been able to stop them so far, even with the support of the Jedi Council. I think Bastila may be the galaxy's last hope.
What can you tell me about the planet we're on?
Taris was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers. But that was a long time ago. The upper city, where the rich citizens live, is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live. But farther down, things have degenerated. The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop-bike gangs, waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity is... well, it's even worse. The lowest level of Taris is a wasteland overrun by Rakghouls, mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal.
I'd like to know a little bit more about you, Carth.
I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next while. But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later. Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, CenterStrain01, and I know that was quite a lot of exposition, but I feel like this story is so amazing that you guys deserve to get the full story. And of course, a lot of walkthroughs out there on this game, you know, they've played it many times, they skip a lot of dialogues and things like that. I don't plan on skipping any of that dialogue because I want to be engrossed into the story, and I want it to take me to places that I haven't been to since 2003. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Thank you guys for putting up with that huge long video before. I know I spent a good part of that first video just kind of explaining things, but I felt like I really needed to get that stuff out there to you guys so we can enjoy the game a little bit more, and for those that want to play the PC version. So that being said, we are going to go headstrong into this walkthrough now, and first thing we're going to do is upgrade some of the items that we have. We don't have access to lightsabers just yet. So we got our prototype. We're going to upgrade this because we do have that vibration cell that we picked up from the fallen Jedi. So now this prototype can't say it right, is all nice and upgraded for us. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we've got that equipped. As you can see, we've got some good points on that one, so that should definitely help us out. So we've got, let's see, Pro and the long sword. Alright, that should be fine. As far as clothing goes, we've got the combat suit equipped. Implants. Alright, I think we're good to go. And hopefully you guys are ready for this walkthrough. Right now, though, before we leave, we are going to talk to Carth again.
Yes, what's on your mind?
We're going to see if we can learn a little bit more about him.
Me? Well, I've been a star pilot for the Republic for years. Seen more than my share of wars. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars before all this started. But with all that, I've never experienced anything like the slaughter these Sith animals can unleash. Not even the Mandalorians were that senseless. My homeworld was one of the first planets to fall to Malik's fleet. The Sith bombed it into submission, and there wasn't a damn thing our Republic forces could do to stop them.
You're talking like it's your fault, like you failed somehow.
It shouldn't be my fault. I did everything I could. I followed my orders and did my duty. That shouldn't mean I failed them. I didn't.
Them? Do you mean the people of your home world?
No, that's not what I mean. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not making much sense, am I? You probably mean well with your questions. I'm just not accustomed to talking about my past very much. At all, actually. I'm more used to taking action, keeping my mind focused on the business at hand. So let's just do that. If you have more questions, ask them later.
Alright, so eventually the game will pretty much stop you and say, hey, go talk to Carth. So we can get it out of the way here real quick. And it is time to do this. I know you guys have been waiting for it, so I do apologize. But definitely a lot of exposition in this game, period. So there's going to be a lot of times where we're going to be talking to people. But I think that's just what makes this game so much better than a lot of the other Star Wars games, is that this has a mixture of great gameplay and an awesome story.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a raid. Rabodan ni unkis na toma. Tukning na kongru na mulira rabes. Wana kunbes. Kingba mulira. Tunkingba non connect.
That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouth aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Oh, I got something for you. Let's see how you like this.
Tiska du sukikupa na bona na kachu. Tuinkotu. Toka da bukwalya gando nago chuchut. Kabachi kuita hotonga. Yala mo inkapu kuyali juskuna jitanai. Ina kunba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Rundi hotonga chihonkabi.
Won't someone come searching for this patrol?
Jawana bota ayuata honga chakanki dora. Kachi kuita hodonga. Topa da bukwalya gando do nago chuchut. Muksha papangpa bola wana chitne. Bamuli slemo. Uba batu konchi. Tong nongbong shang nungyang.
Alright, so one thing that you'll quickly notice is the exposition that happens with characters. Obviously, I don't know if you really paid much attention in the conversation that we had with Carth, we are a master of all different kinds of languages, so that's how we're able to actually understand what they are saying. But other than that, I'm pretty much going to read it myself, and then whenever I get to the end, then I will skip to the next one, because the dialogue, the actual dialogue of the aliens can go on for quite some time, but I still want to give you that, make sure that it's long enough for you guys to hear everything they're saying, because the language is really, really cool to listen to, so make sure you guys get all of that as well.
No problem.
No problem.
Who are you? What are you doing in here? You can't just come barging into someone's home.
I'm sorry, I was just investigating the area, and this door seemed to have a problem, and I opened it.
That's no excuse. You can't just go around barging into people's apartments because you're curious. But at least you're more polite than that pig Holden.
Holden? McGroin? Who's that?
Just one of Darvik's men
Sorry.
who can't keep his hands to himself. But all he got for his trouble was a nasty scar from my vibroblade. Too bad I'm the one still paying the price.
What do you mean?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm in enough trouble already. Besides, I don't know if I can trust you.
You can trust me, waving my hand so ever gently around your face.
Well, I suppose you seem like an all-right sort. When I cut Holden, it made him back off, but it also embarrassed him in front of his friends. Holden's a spiteful little hut slug. He went and put out a bounty on my head for what I did. That's why I'm hiding out here.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I doubt it. Holden is one of Darvik's men. When you work for the local crime lord, the authorities tend to turn a blind eye. I'm afraid this is between me and Holden now.
Maybe I could speak to Holden for you.
You could try, I guess. He usually hangs out at the cantina in the lower city. It probably won't do any good. Holden's used to getting his own way. That's one of the fringe benefits of being a goon for Darvik. Working for the local crime lord lets you get away with things. Still, I appreciate the offer.
Looks like we had a message. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
I can't help you there. Since this thing with Holden, I've been scared to leave my apartment. I don't know anything about what's going on in the outside world anymore.
I'm here to collect the bounty on your head. Alright, I'll be going now.
Goodbye and good luck. I hope you can talk some sense into Holden.
So if you wanted to go dark side, of course, you could you could collect the bounty on her head yourself. I mean, there's just so many different options that you can do. But we are not doing that, so. Let's see, what else do we... I know we picked up... Yeah, I want to go to Carth. You'll notice that Carth has a different kind of outfit than he normally has, so... See, we got 2 regular blasters equipped, but we have a nice ion and a Sith blaster. So, the blaster has 4.9, 3.8. You can see the iron blaster isn't any better. It's a +6 to hit, though. And that one's a +8 to hit, so we're definitely going to go with the Sith. So we'll have 1 Sith, and it looks like the Sith is the only one that you can carry. And that's going to be just about it. Okay. I want to make sure that everyone is equipped with some good stuff. And it looks like we're leveled up. Alright, skills. Let's see here. Treat injury, we definitely want to keep raising because we want that up. Stealth, I mean, stealth is good to have it just to be able to sneak up on people, but stealth is really only good when you're going into solo mode, and there's only a few parts in the game where you're going into solo mode, but since we still want to get the advantages on people, we want stealth to be kind of up there as well. Demolitions, persuade. Let's see. Awareness governs the ability of a character to spot objects or enemies hidden by stealth. Successful check of the skill is made against the stealth skill of an enemy in the DC of the mind. The enemy or object is noticed and becomes visible. We're gonna go security. Oh, we can't even go security, so we're gonna stay 2 stealth for now, and we're gonna bring up some security. And we'll go another persuade. Might as well have the persuade as much up as possible. As you can see, I'm really taking my time with this, as I want to make sure you guys know what every little thing does and how it can benefit you on, say, your walkthrough of this game. I still haven't decided if, you know, I want to go for the 2 weapons. I got 2 weapons in my hands, or if I want to go for dueling. You know, it's one of those things I just haven't come up. We can't get this one yet. We need level 4 before we can get that. So you don't always have to level up right now. It's not like a requirement. And I might just wait off of it. Yeah, we're gonna wait. Oh, so it pretty much makes you. Wow, okay. That's kind of sad. I would like to wait and have, you know, until like some things open up, but I guess you can't. Let's see, to demolition and stealth, caution, gear, repair, security. I guess we gotta choose one. I guess, I mean, once we pick dueling, then we need to stick with 1 weapon. Single one-handed weapons in battle. So I think that's what we're going to go for. We're going to go for that because I want the double-bladed lightsaber. Although 2 lightsabers is pretty cool, we're still going to go with that. So we're going to add that feat, and now because of that, we still need some more light points. We're going to change our weapon inventory, and we no longer are going to have that equipped. All right. This is going to be a very, very, very thorough walkthrough of this game, so.
Tong haidwam jiji jumblumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bongwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu itadun.
Pleased to meet you, Laren. My name is Shits McGee.
Runda di hodonga kun hunkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tonking.
I know all about energy shields.
Ita hodonga. Iking kuno bamulera chikun. Tong abog sha umninang. Wanga kumbis king balemuraya. Achuta.
Alright, so you might notice that there's going to be a lot more things for sale because we have one of the mods that we have equipped is items. So we've definitely got a lot more items that we're going to be able to buy. We only have 57 credits though, so just wanted to show you there's what eventually we're going to have access to. I don't think there's anything that I need right now. I would like to give Carth some good, but I don't think we really need anything right now. Don't worry, we're going to be getting some stuff quite a bit later, but not right now. However, we can sell some things. What would we want? We don't really need the clothing. I'm not going to need this long sword. Or the short swords. We don't... I can sell a few of those. We don't need a lot of those. I mean, you can see there's things that we don't really need. We'll keep everything else just for now. Can have a variety of effects depending on the nature of the armor it is applied to. Upgrade item armor. Okay. Alright.
No problem. Got it.
I don't think she really has much to say.
Pudu, Tunirama na praka donko searcha, chupapanki.
Alright, so we're not heading to Upper City just yet. Gonna check out all of the apartments here first.
No problem. Got it. No problem. Got it.
Like I said, you can always just find things to click on. You can move very easily back and forth, but just by using that as well. And again, you can always use the mouse to do everything just by holding the two left and right triggers in. Alright, so that's where we started. You can talk to the janitor if you want. He gives you a little bit of exposition, but it's only stuff that's really based around here. So we are going to head to the Upper City. So beautiful. A game that is 12 years old still looks really, really great in my opinion, even though we do have a mod to showcase some stuff. But this is where we actually came from. This is our pod. I don't know how lucky it was that we landed where we landed, but yeah. He didn't have to drag me far. Alright, so because there's a lot of things that you can do, we're just going to kind of go around, try to do a little bit at a time. I will try to label these, of course, as this is Taris, and then once I find out exactly how many videos I have per, like, say, planet, then we'll label them as such, like Taris 1 out of 4 or 5 or something like that, to make it easier for you guys to follow along.
Davik says you missed your last payment.
Here, I've got 50 credits, a down payment. That should buy me some time, right?
Sorry, you're out of time. Now it's all or nothing. Davik can't have people not paying his debts.
But I don't have that much. How can I give you credits I don't have? No! Help! Somebody help! They're going to kill me!
I know we have to be careful about drawing attention to ourselves, but are we gonna just let them drag this guy off?
Hold on a second. Looks like we got ourselves a witness here.
Leave this man alone or you'll have to deal with me. Alright, so let's get in a power attack first on this guy. Then we'll go with a flurry. And a critical strike. I think that's going to be enough to take him out. And then we'll let Carth handle this guy with a bunch of power blasts.
Ready.
And we got some light side points.
I owe you my life. Those bounty hunters are going to take me away and kill me. My wife warned me not to take a loan from Davik. Now I can't pay him back. It's not good to owe a crime lord money. He'll just keep sending more bounty hunters after me till I'm dead.
Maybe I can help.
You already helped me by saving me from those bounty hunters, so unless you have a spare 100 credits to give me so I can pay off Davik, there's nothing else you can do.
Here's 100 credits, sir. I'm just happy I could do my job.
Giving me 100 credits? Just like that? I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you.
You're giving him 100 credits? Generous.
Now I can pay off Davik. You've saved my life. Thank you. I'd better take these credits to him right away.
Always going for the light side. Now, of course, the game, of course you don't know this the first time you're playing it, but the game gives you those 100 credits right back. So it's definitely beneficial. I mean, unless you want to get those credits, actually take any money he has. I mean, you could, dark side, you could do so many different things, so.
Can't you see I'm busy with my duties? Go talk to Zelka if you need something.
I see from your appearance that you are an off-worlder. Still, you are welcome here. I'll not have it said that Zelka Foreign refused to help somebody just because they weren't a citizen of Taris. Do you require healing or medical supplies? I can treat almost any injury or ailment right here at the medical facility. Except the Rakghoul disease, of course.
Rakghoul disease? What's that?
The terrible affliction has plagued Taris for many generations. It is spread by the Rakghouls, horrible monsters that live in the Undercity below Taris's great skyscrapers. Prolonged exposure to the Undercity breeds the disease, and those infected will eventually mutate into Rakghouls themselves, becoming mindless beasts that feed on the flesh of others.
Is there no cure?
There is no antidote for the disease, though I heard the Republic scientists at the military base here on Taris were close to perfecting a cure. Then the Sith arrived. They overran the military base, and now they refuse to allow anyone access to the laboratories inside. The Sith are keeping all the serum for the patrols they send into the Undercity. If I could just get my hands on a sample of that serum, the Rakghoul disease could be wiped from the face of Taris forever. I don't see how that's going to happen.
Maybe I could find a way to get my hands on that serum for you there, buddy.
I don't see how anyone could get their hands on that serum. The military base is crawling with Sith guards. Breaking in there would be a suicide mission. I suppose the Sith patrols in the Undercity might have a sample of the serum on them, if they hadn't already used it because of a Rakghoul infection. But I doubt a patrol would just hand the serum over, and nobody is stupid enough to attack one of the Sith patrols, even in the Undercity.
You know, my cousin Shepard, he knows a little bit about suicide missions, so don't worry, all right? I'm gonna get that serum for you, buddy.
Please don't say that. If the Sith hear you, they might think I'm suggesting you start attacking their patrols. They could shut me down. I only mentioned the serum because you asked. I don't actually expect anyone to get me the serum. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? Goodbye, and good health to you. If you ever need any medical aid or treatment, you know where to find me.
That I do. So we got, obviously, some more missions.
No problem. Got it.
What are you doing? Don't go in there! That door is for employees only!
What's going on here?
Nothing. This isn't your concern. Just forget you saw anything, okay?
Listen, I'm a friend of the Republic. You can trust me.
I guess I'd better tell you what's going on. I only hope the Sith don't find out what I've done. Since the space battle overhead, people have been secretly bringing in these Republic soldiers who crash-landed on the planet. I had to take them in. What choice did I have? Their injuries are terrible. Most won't survive. But at least I can make their last days more comfortable. And at least here they're hidden away from the Sith.
Well, for that you have my thanks. It's good to know that at least some of these men ended up in compassionate hands.
I hate to imagine what the Sith would do if they discovered these soldiers here. But since their initial questioning, the Sith have not returned, so it may be my fears are unfounded.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I'm afraid there's nothing more anyone can do for these soldiers. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should return to the front in case anyone comes in needing medical attention.
Alright, more light side points. And obviously, as he said, if you're paying attention, that these are some of the guys that from the Indar Spire. Unfortunately, we can't save them.
Psst, you there. Wait a minute. I need to talk to you about the Rakghoul serum. I've got an offer for you might want to hear.
I'm not interested.
Now, don't be an idiot. Just listen to me for 1 minute, and you won't be sorry. Davik Kang wants the cure, and you'd be smart to give it to him.
Oh, would I, huh? We already know who Davik is, so, why does Davik want the cure so badly?
Davik's interested in anything that can turn a profit. He could make a fortune selling the serum to anyone infected with the disease. Not like Zelka, who'll practically give it away.
What if I tell Zelka you're helping Davik get the cure?
I'll just deny it. Who's Zelka gonna believe? Me or some off-world stranger? Now be smart about this. You'll get a better deal selling to Davik.
Yeah, I think I'd rather give the serum to Zelka. He'll definitely use it to help people.
Helping people is all well and good, but you have to help yourself first, right? I'm telling you, Davik will pay big credits for the cure. More than Zelka could ever afford.
And then only the rich could afford the cure. Just let the poor suffer, right?
If you find the Rakghoul serum, just take it to Zax in the lower city bounty office. He works for Davik. He'll pay you what that cure is really worth.
Of course, we know what we're not going to do, so... I don't know, I've just never been the kind of person that... Anytime I play these games, when I played the Mass Effect games, when I played the Knights of the Old Republic games, any time that it's an RPG and you can go light or dark side, you know, giving it if it's not Star Wars, you know, Paragon or Renegade, whatever. I've never just been able to bring myself to be that evil dude. Alright, something is bothering Carth, we should go talk to him. So this is actually what would normally happen, except since we already talked to him before, he's actually going to open up to us more than he would have if we didn't talk to him before.
Yes, what's on your mind? I guess I did say you could ask me questions later. Is this really necessary? Oh. Well, it's an interrogation you wanted. Why didn't you say so?
Excellent. So all your secrets will be mine. I'm just kidding. This is an interrogation, Carth, alright? Listen, I never said that.
No, I was just joking. Though you do seem to be full of questions. It's rather refreshing, to be honest. Let me ask you something first, though. I've been going through the battle aboard the Endar Spire over and over in my head since we crashed. Some things just don't add up for me. Maybe you could tell me what happened, from your perspective.
Well, I mean, like you said, when we first met Bastila, I really didn't have the time. She didn't really have the time to use her powers.
Bastila is as powerful as they say. She's the one who defeated Darth Revan, after all. I guess that no Jedi ability, no matter how powerful, makes up for being completely surprised and outmatched. We didn't choose that battle anyway. It got forced on us. Hell, I'm just as surprised that any of us are alive to talk about it. Come to think of it, it's more than a little surprising that you happen to be here, isn't it? Just what is your position with the Republic fleet anyway?
Listen, I'm a scout. Was recruited into the fleet for my skills, if you must know.
Well, that makes sense. Still, it seems a bit strange that someone who is a last-minute addition to the crew roster is one of the survivors.
You'd rather I wasn't?
Don't be ridiculous. You've more than proved yourself since the crash. We wouldn't have made it this far without you, but still.
Are you implying I had something to do with the crash?
No. Well, maybe. Don't get me wrong, it just seems odd that someone Bastila's party specifically requested to transfer aboard happens to survive.
Why would Bastila request my transfer?
The Jedi requested numerous things when they came on board. I mean, hell, they practically took over the ship, as far as I could tell. Considering your connection to Bastila and the Jedi, whether you know it or not, your presence here seems a little convenient. I'm probably wrong, and this is probably nothing. I learned a long time ago not to take things at face value, ever, and I hate surprises.
What do you mean by surprises?
I mean, I have to expect the unexpected, just to be safe.
Are you always this suspicious?
It has nothing to do with you personally. I don't trust anyone, and I have my reasons. And no, I'm not going to discuss them, so can we just keep our mind on more important things? All right. You're pretty damn tenacious. You know that? We'll talk about it, but later. Right now, I just want to get going.
Alrighty. So again, we're learning more. I feel like I need to maybe set the audio a little bit. No, I mean the voice. See, I got the voiceover all the way up, but I feel like it still might be a little hard to hear. So hopefully that'll do a little something extra for you guys. And we are going to head over here. We're going to go into the cantina, and we're going to have some fun.
Don't bother me. I'm here on official Sith business.
Official Sith business.